Hello there, and welcome to the first iteration of the 2.22 dev server of the upcoming Apex Predators update. And yeah, the big thing are obviously the rank 8 jets, F-16 being among them, and also the rank 7 premiums that come with them. But also other stuff has found its way to the dev server. Apparently not everything, but it's just the first iteration. As usual, the disclaimer: everything is subject to change, and with certain things I'm quite certain that it actually is quite obvious where it will change. This is just a vehicle overview because I tried to make it as brief as possible, and I'll show you the positions in the tech trees, the stat cards, and the modifications. One of you people can earn her or himself a pinned post if you give me the timestamps for the various different vehicles. So without further ado, I think let's go right into it, and let's start actually with tanks from the Americans, going with every nation from the left to the right. And we start with the M728. That's basically the American AVRE, a gigantic 165mm cannon, but it looks wrong. It looks wrong. Everything's big except the gun barrel. Yeah, really derpy looking vehicle, rank 5, battle rating 7.0 premium. That hash round is obviously so big it will most likely one-shot everything that it hits. Then we come to the US M1228 Wolfpack, aka the premium striker. That camo net is part of the 3D model. Even if you switch the skin, this camo net remains. As the top shell for this rank 6 premium, we have the M833, and you have thermal imaging, and you previously saw also the position in the tech tree. Then let's come to the F-16A, and she looks good. She looks good. She absolutely looks good. Now let's have a quick look into the tech tree where it comes, and it absolutely is not a surprise to me that it comes after the F5E. 11.7. This makes the compression not worse, but doesn't really solve the problem either. Here is also the tram intruder. Let's first go into the modifications for the F-16A. And we can see that we have loadout options including AIM-9Ls, AIM-9Js, and various different bombs. 19 500-pound bombs is quite a bit, and also napalm, because of course, and also quite the many Mighty Mouse. Then we come to the A6E tram intruder. It doesn't really have the looks of the F-16, obviously. I don't really think this is fast enough. 644. It has quite the many bombs, but also AIM-9Ls and AIM-9Gs, paveway 2s, 5 of them, 5 2,000-pounders, etc., etc. You see it for yourself. A lot of napalm, and I don't think that it's really a good premium. Then we come to patrol boat, the PT-812, and look at the paint job. Either it's so fresh or there just isn't any. I think they forgot the skin. And it's quite quick for what it is, but it has no torpedoes, depth charges, mines, whatever. So not really that interesting for a coastal fleet boat. Battle rating is okayish for 240s. Then we come to Germany, and for Germany we basically have two ships, the Z47, sorry, which is in many ways interesting because it's battle rating 4.7. It's the first German destroyer with 6 12.8s. And it has a lot of mid AA and light AA. It also has the first reloadable torpedoes for the Germans, and it also has some armor. Um, how the rolled homogeneous armor will stand up to the anti-fragmentation armor of the Americans, I don't really know, but at least it's a complete citadel, if you will, and might protect you from small fragmentation shells. And one more thing, yes, we basically don't have the base use HE, which is a little bit disappointing. And in the tech tree, as you can imagine, it comes there. It's interesting that it has the same battle rating as the Carl Galster, which has one gun less. And I think that brings us to the patrol boat in the tech tree, because this is worth talking about quickly, the V990. Because if you look at the torpedoes, of which you have two, they are stupid. You have 126 kilometers per hour quick torpedoes that I've been told, and I couldn't confirm it in the test drive, are homing. How good they are at homing, how quick they can maneuver, I don't know, but per se those are decent torpedoes. And then the mines with basically long lance warheads, that's nasty as well. So definitely interesting, and also really quick with 124 kilometers per hour. That's faster than even the hydrofoils. Might be one, if not the quickest ships or boats in the game. So that's interesting. And we have one plane, that is the premium MiG-21 Lazur M. And if we look at the loadout options, we have our 60 MKs, which is interesting, our 13 M1s, and all the other loadout options, including, of course, napalm. And let's have a quick look at the 3D model. No, that was the wrong. That's the right one. Yeah, it's a MiG-21. That brings us to the Soviets, and we have to start with the Strela 10M2, and it basically has 8 of those IR missiles. Don't look amazing, but it's better than nothing, and very interesting. In the tech tree, it closes the gap between the Shilka and the Tunguska, and it's just a completely different playstyle. So that then brings us to the MiG-29 Fulcrum, and oh my god, does she look gorgeous, even more gorgeous than the F-16 if you ask me personally. And let's have a quick look into the tech tree where that is, and we can see that obviously right at the bottom it comes after the MiG-23 MLD, and yeah, again 10.7, and with the MiG-23 ML being here as the premium. So let's have a quick look at the stat card and then at the modifications, and we can see that we have the R73s, the R60Ms, the R27Rs and Ts, and also quite a few bomb load options, which is interesting. If you then look at the MiG-23 ML, here a quick look at the stat card, and we then have a lot of loadout options, R60Ms, bomb load options, R23Ts. You obviously should be able to create custom loadout, napalm of course, and various different other things like bombs, rockets, missiles, etc, etc. Then we come to a ship that for one thing is worth noticing, because there's literally everything piled up together. The Litushi, I think it's called, is absolutely not that amazing when it comes to the position in the tech tree. It's not, it's basically tier 1, but it has 120mm Bofors guns, one 88mm gun, a German, then an Ansaldo, which is an Italian 76mm gun, and Skoda 4cm anti-aircraft guns, and also Italian torpedoes. So that is just hilariously interesting. Let's come to the British and the Khalid. And with the Khalid, the skin did not forget to load in. That is literally how it appears in the hanger. You can apply another skin, but my god, does it look monotonous and sandy. Probably because it is operated by the country of Jordan. And obviously it is a rank 6 premium. It's your premium chieftain. Nothing really special about it, to be honest. If you then go and look at the tech tree, yeah, there it is. And as ammunition in the modifications, you have the shot L15A3. Then let's come to the aircraft, and let's start with the Sea Harrier FRS-1. Before we talk about this, let's have a quick look into the tech tree, because there are 3 planes that are worth mentioning: the Sea Harrier, the F4J UK Phantom II, and obviously the Tornado GR1. With the Sea Harrier, we have loadout options as follows: AIM-9Gs, AIM-9Gs, AIM-9Ls, and then also rockets and bombs. And there's a quick look at the stat card. Then let's have a quick look at the stat card for the Tornado GR1. If it would switch, yeah, there we are. And it also has quite the loadout. So we have AIM-9Ls and lots of bombs. Interesting here, it says 8, but in actuality it's 12. Just an interesting observation. And obviously we have here the Mark 13 and the GBU 24. So the offensive 27mm gun has also an AP round, which is interesting, in a SAP high round. And then obviously the last of the bunch for the British is the Phantom II. Let's have a quick look into the modifications and the stat card. And yeah, lots of loadout options, can carry quite a lot of ordnance at once. And that's it for the British. Well, let's have a quick look at the Phantom, because it's just a gorgeous plane as well. Yeah. Then Japan has one entry here, and that is the SUB-12, and yeah, it has a nasty 20mm bite RH202. As you can imagine, it has the APDS round with 66mm of penetration, and can also switch to HE. And obviously we have new animations here when it comes to the HE, but also the HE, what was it? Yeah, basically with incendiary purposes. So lots of new animations here. In the tech tree, it's after the M24, and it is counted as an SPA, as it should be, and also is quite nicely placed to somewhat close the gap. And then we come to China, and the WZ-1001 is definitely interesting to look at. In the tech tree, it is right at the top or bottom, whatever you want to call it. And as modifications, we get quite a lot of ammunition. There is also the the proximity fuse high explosive shells with over 5 kilograms, and then as the top AP FSDS, the DTC 10125, which is not bad at all. Then we come to the premium J7D, and let's have a quick look into the tech tree. There it is as a top rank, quite literally premium 7. There is currently no rank 8 for the Chinese. Loadout options are as follows. You have PL7s, PL5Bs, and various different bombs and rocket loadouts. Italy has the CM52, and that is an absolute winner. I think the skin also hasn't quite loaded yet. You especially see it with the tires. I mean, it has loaded, but that's just the skin. Yeah, low tier, but an absolute winner. How can you not love this? Yeah, it's funny. And in the tech tree, obviously, it's there. Then we come to the F104S TAF as the premium for the Italians, and it's also quite literally a top tier premium. So if you're a Starfighter fan, this tech tree is it. Loadout options are quite interesting. Lots of AIM-9Ps and napalm, of course. That's a quick look at the stat card. The RN Duca degli Abruzzi is a beautiful cruiser. It's a beautiful light cruiser. Battle rating is a bit high for my taste because of the opposition. And yeah, triple and twin turrets. It's really, really long and fantastic to look at. It's Italian design. Quick look into the tech tree reveals something stunning, because that comes just before one of the two battleships that Italy currently has. And yeah, the guns. First of all, we also have depth charges with 50 kilograms of yield. The usual torpedoes. And the AP. And yeah, we also have for the heavy A some shells. Quite interesting to play, to be honest. For France, we have the MX-32 105. A quick look in the tech tree lets us see that it is there. So it is the 105mm version. And as top AP FSTS, or the only, it has the OFL 105 F1. And yeah, thermal imaging only for the gunner. That's it for France. Let's go to Sweden, that also have only one tank, the T55M. Beautiful skin, by the way. And in the tech tree, it is there. As modifications, we have quite the interesting shell selection, APHE and the M1000A1. Now that's a name. So then we come to the last, and that is Israel, the last nation, that is. And we have the Magach 7C. Looks horrible. Looks horrible, if you ask me. Quite a lot of machine guns though. And in the tech tree, it is now the top Magach. Then let's come to the aviation, and let's stay in the tech tree, and we have basically the Kafir Kana as premium, Kanat as premium, and the F-16A nets. Let's talk about the Kafir. So that is the stat card, and the modifications are as follows. You can have AIM-9Gs, various different bombs, and that is basically everything aside from two 20mm Gatlings. And then we have definitely again quite the looker, the F-16A nets. So very beautiful plane, and as loadout options it's quite the same as the American one. AIM-9Ps, AIM-9Ls, bombs, rockets, napalm. Everything that your hearts desire really tells you. And that's it with the video. I hope you enjoyed the hopefully brief enough summary of all the vehicles that are currently there. I hope I didn't forget anything. Let me know in the comment section what you think about the escalation. One final thought is that, by the way, the top premiums cost up to 1.7 million civilians to put into the expert crew, which is quite the escalation. 1.77 million was the highest. And this is just the way of the War Thunder, right? So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a like if it did. Subscribe if you want to see more. And we'll see each other on the waves in the skies and on the battlefields of War Thunder.